I never really thought when I grow up I want to be an entrepreneur or I want to work in real estate. That was never something that even crossed my mind, but I oopsed into it. And good thing I oopsed into it because I can't imagine myself functioning in any other way.
I'll see you over there.
I'll see you there. I'm really passionate about entrepreneurship because I feel like it's given me a lot of opportunities. And one of the things that I have loved about America is there is no glass ceiling as an entrepreneur. I was born in Nairobi, Kenya, and I was the oldest of 4 siblings. My father was a very strong believer in getting a good education. And so even though it was a challenge, my father opted to take us to private schools, which meant struggling to come up with the tuition fees. So it was not unusual to get sent home because we had not paid the tuition for that semester. And it's embarrassing for a child, and it's traumatic. In the midst of getting really excited about going to college and picking college courses, my father passed away. So I moved to a completely new country where I did not know anybody, still kind of reeling from my father's death. I could hear my dad saying, get it together, and you just have to get it done. I decided that I wanted to lay roots in the United States, and I was like, what's more American than achieving the American dream of home ownership? And so I bought my first home. I didn't have a big nest egg. I used a government program for a first-time home buyer. And so I wrote my earnest money deposit check for $1,000, and I was like crossing my finger that it didn't bounce. So at that point, I was like, wait a minute, I'm making $31,000 at my job, and I just made $30,000 off of paint and carpet in 6 months. There is something wrong here. I just had that moment where it was like, now what? And one of the things that crossed my mind was, well, I've really enjoyed this real estate process. And so I applied for a job as a real estate assistant, got the job, got my license. I really did not think through it. I just did it. The place looks great. I think in terms of, I was terrified about making my first hire because the reality was, out of college, I had one job and I didn't even have a management position. But necessity ended up trumping fear, and that's the reason why I was able to finally make that leap. I like to call them my team of rivals. I want people who are really good at what they do to come and work with me. We're going to price it at $330. A lot of the real estate industry is commission-based. So we are definitely disruptors in our industry by launching this service. I knew that it's something that consumers wanted, because it shouldn't cost significantly more to market $1 million property than it does a $500,000 property, especially in this day and age of technology. So this space is going to move pretty quickly. It's changed our business because we've been able to triple our listing volume. What advice would I give a woman who is starting her own business? Number one, get started. Just do it. Don't overthink it. In making decisions that are risky right now as a business owner, I always try to channel that 23-year-old self who just decided to do it.